Good evening. We appear to be alive. Something I'm just noticing there. I downloaded a patch for this game before this would boot up for me. And I'm going to quickly jump out to check the update history. Yeah, the current version number on the update history is 1.0.4. On this main menu on the bottom left it says version 1.3.0. So the game doesn't have the same version number as the update I just got first. So that's a promising start for a game I've heard nothing but terrible things about. Western Europe, yeah. Start with tricky equipment. I'll go with newbie mode, thanks. Also, this came in physically secondhand, so there was a code inside the box for some extra skins. I can only assume the person who had it first time did not want to use those skins.
7 years ago, Earth was invaded by an extraterrestrial threat, beginning the Alien Wars. Millions died on the first day. Those were the lucky ones. But there's one thing we can say about us humans. When we have something to fight for, we fight. Day after day, inch after inch, for 3 years. Till the government's new vortex cannon wiped those bastards out. It looked like our troubles were over, until an entire city popped out of the ground. We called it the Damned City. Maybe a little on the nose, but what else would you call a metropolis that looked like it was shot out of Lucifer's asshole? The government sent a survey team in, and they found all sorts of strange artifacts and tech, super powerful and super valuable. And the source of all this cool stuff was this weird gate in the center of the city. Unfortunately, uncool stuff came through the gate too. Really uncool stuff. Hordes of fucked up fiends attacked and killed anything with a pulse. And that wasn't the worst thing. At least we could fight back against the fiends. But how do you fight against the city itself?
With really big guns.
Just being inside the damned city causes psychic damage. Deep frying your brain extra crispy. It was incurable, if not fatal. With a few exceptions. I'm talking about mercs, scrappers, and bounty hunters, naturally immune to the city's effects. Those tough or crazy enough to hunt in the city for treasures and a paycheck. It just so happens I'm one of them. The youngest Jaeger, but the baddest. And right now, I'm in the damned city to drop off cargo. Dangerous cargo.
Dropping straight into it, huh?
You okay, Kaiser?
Landing was fine, but my gun's not.
Maybe your weapon control system's down. Just wait for it to restart. We're on the clock, so check your equipment on the movement. Your weapon control restarted. Try shooting something. See the gauge on your display? That's the thermal gauge for your weapon. Watch it closely. When it's full, your weapon overheats, and you won't be able to fire for a while.
How long does it take to cool down? 3 seconds.
Cap, the path's blocked. Which way should I go?
There's a way on the other side of that wall. Jump over it.
Why would L1 be jump?
I pinged some enemies. Stay alert.
Wait, am I trapped?
It's okay. To open the gate, you just need to...
Frag all the fiends!
Bingo!
Is there any chance I could shoot up? I have to jump to shoot up. Okay.
There's the enemy stronghold. These things are everywhere in the damn city. I see no bad guys. Keep moving. The gate's locked? I don't have the codes.
I'll just shoot down this fucker.
These crates have anything useful in them anytime?
Great traps. Dodge to get past the flames. While you're dodging, you won't take any damage. And you can smack your enemies, so use it well. I see a shit ton of enemies. Do you see anything you can use on them?
How about this drum barrel?
Keep going. Try using your skill, Kaiser.
Know I had to do it.
Skills are totally badass, but they have a long cooldown time.
Yeah, it seems like the kind of game where having something in the front of your screen is a bad idea.
Who's this glowing gold shit?
Kaiser, first stun him with a dodge and then get in his face. That gold enemy has shield energy, so enjoy chopping him up.
Kill him.
I hope
Go!
you don't encounter too many of those guys, because those seem bad and dumb.
Space is heavily guarded. There's bad guys up top too. Switching you to shooting gallery mode. Aim carefully and kill, baby, kill.
Can I... The options button doesn't do anything. I want to invert my aim for shooting gallery mode, because that's terrible.
Go through the gate.
Are we getting any closer to that illegal organ bank?
You mean the chop shop? Yeah, we are. The rest of the team should already be there. You need to move your ass, Kaiser. Oh, you found a bomb. That'll do some serious damage to whatever you chuck it at. There's a chance to use your bomb. Bombs away.
Wait, didn't even kill everything.
Watch your step. Homing gun is perfect for enemies in high places. Switch your guns.
Can't skip these, huh?
Let's keep going.
Can't pause the game either.
Stay alert. Bullets won't do shit against heavily armored foes. Got any ideas?
How about this heavy-duty shredder here?
Perfect. Stun that asshole with your dodge before you approach him.
Dodge, dodge.
Him up and throw his ass. Watch that shredder chew him into scrap.
Didn't need to have a 16-second tutorial for that. Doesn't seem like they can break free, which is handy.
Okay, that's done. Chop Shop's up ahead, right?
Yes, and Kaiser, don't forget.
Our priority is to save the hostage, so try not to kill him like our last mission. Yeah, 10-4 and all that. You maggots start the party without me? Road Corps, you know the drill.
This is Kaiser. He led an elite team of Contras during the war. Now he leads us. See that drill he's got instead of a hand? He's real proud of it.
You're late, Kaiser.
And you're a fucking dick, Harakiri. Leave that drill bitch alone.
Your input was not requested, but here's mine.
This is Miss Harakiri and her alien gut bucket. They survived by merging together during the alien wars.
Right.
That sword plunged into his mouth is the only thing keeping that asshole from possessing her body. But when she does pull it out, her power scale goes through the roof.
Oh, dash it all! You soiled my armor!
This is the gentleman. He was used in an experimental program during the alien wars, but he somehow stayed the sweetest bug you'll ever meet. He'll blow your brains halfway across the room, but in the politest way possible. Hungry beast! I love him so much. HB is actually a cyborg with a human brain. A scientist's brain. But he still eats, drinks, and does his, nature business like a real panda. Isn't that awesome? And then there's me, Lily. But you can call me Aero Captain when we're working. My parents died in an alien invasion, but left me the flying gene. I've been piloting with the best ever since. And this here ship's my baby, the Guillotine. No one can handle her like me.
Heads up!
Allow me to translate. My dear friend is asking if you are the scion of the owner of this delightful chop shop. Comrades, we have procured our top.
Well done, rogues. Our first score in weeks.
This should please Lily. She mentioned our funds were running low.
Not after this. That's fucked up.
Well, guys, where's the hostage? Maybe they'll pay us half our fee?
Hilarious. Combat other players? There's TTM in this? Wow, playing on easy to give yourself powerful equipment to start with gives you level 5 gear. When I booted up the game and checked the update history, it said the current weapon level max is 100. So, hey, there's a win. Hey, Lena. Welcome home. How you doing? There you go. Shield endurance, skill, cool time, lives left, bombs owned. Normal brain, eyes, skeleton, and organs. Mastery level 3 in drill gun and shotgun. Her skill cooldown is 60 seconds. So it's presumably a better gun. Better skill. Everyone appears to have 100 shield endurance, so I guess the only thing that's really different about them is their skill. Hey, Gwen. Nope. Guess she'll jump up later. Okay, melee focused.
Your death leaves.
What happened by pulling out the sword? I just do more damage, I guess? I kinda thought I would actually like swing with the sword and hurt things, but apparently not. Laser doesn't do more damage to things that are close to it, which is kind of a shame. Chainsaw seems to do a lot of damage. And of course I can't retest my skill because it has a 60-second cooldown. It does have a warming up time before it does full damage though.
This ends here.
I do like 50% more damage. Double damage with the blade weapon. Pretty long cooldown on the chainsaw. Okay, so there has to be an options menu, right? Sure, let's be public to anyone who happens to be playing this. Inverted, please. It's a timeout for every mission as well. Wasn't it triangle for the bomb? Because it says square in the guide, but I want to say it's triangle for the bomb. The number of bombs you can have hold. Increase speed and weapon attack power. Many turrets or wormhole to deal damage. Yeah, increasing your attack speed and damage seems useful. You may not be able to reach enemies when you have short-range weapons equipped. So given I've got a laser, then that means I might not be able to hit some enemies with it. Yes. Oh god, this goes on forever, doesn't it? Anyway, how you doing? There's a PvP mode. Why would there be a PvP mode? Does the laser gun have range? Nope, seems to go forever. That's fine. Right. Okay, I have absolutely no currency, so that's really useful. Slight increase of weapon damage for main weapon only. Cost 12 and 16. Weight storage 28 and 34. I say, what the heck is that even? Okay, so I can buy a better brain. Rescue time minus 0.03 seconds. Fire gun mastery. Shield defense. Reduced damage object minus 3%. What does that mean? Reduced damage ninja? Reflect dodge devil baby level 3? What? The hell does any of this stuff mean? I'm sorry. The VTOL ramp clips through your character. You have to search for a room looking for a particular mission you can do. Searching room time played. No, that's time searching. Not time played. And there's no one. I am shocked. Okay, so it's the same visual, so I might as well do a public room in case someone can join me. The off chance that someone else happens to be playing. Waiting for players to join. 2 minutes. See, I assumed if I was making a public room that I'd be able to just play the level and have people join me in progress. Apparently I thought wrong. I guess we'll wait here for 2 minutes and watch the cameraman. What are the odds though that someone's going to be looking to join a public room on the very first level of the game on a Tuesday night? I'm thinking kinda slim.
I'm picking up enemies in the old city. Better go check it out.
What? Why does my arm clip through my hair? Did no one try playing this character?
That shiny thing? It contains valuable data. Grab up as many as you can. They're unstable, just like this city. Hurry up and snag them before they disappear.
A lot of the environment is not as destructible as I'd hoped. Also, the aiming isn't quite as accurate as I like. Like, you can aim with the right stick and sometimes it'll auto-track when you don't want it to. A single hit took me down by more than a quarter of my health. Cool. I got an extra life, so that's fine. Yeah, it's square to change weapon, despite the guy telling you square is bombs. No, of course I can't shoot through sandbags, that would be dumb. What is wrong with my hair? I fell off, so I don't think I can actually get up there again. Not in time, though. Cool. The platforming's also pretty bad, just for the sake of clarity. Like, I pressed L1 there before I got to the end of the platform and I still didn't jump. See, I feel like this should rotate faster, given you want it to be like a clearing device.
Shit, enemies are blocking the path. Think we can use that big-ass tank over there?
Right. Sure. I feel like the overheat meter is too far in the corner to really be of any use to know when you should let off for your weapon.
Heads up! Enemy coming your way! Better watch that nasty thing!
Why does this have so much health?
Hey, that fucker has something cool. Smash and grab time.
I can't get the goddamn power up. Oh, for Pete's sake. Picking up the power up caused turrets to spawn, which have done more damage to me than the boss has. Why does this guy have this much health?
Enemy ass has been kicked. Good job. I'm on my way.
Eh, I got 13 of 15. I didn't even see one of them, it disappeared. $500. I can't afford any of that stuff anyway, so I'll just go with the guy who does the job. What does counterattack Tanor level 12 do? Why can I not do all these at the same time? Down drop, bomb heart. Consecutive hit damage minus 4.7%. Does that not mean that I do less damage with my laser? I get more money, so it's probably worth it. So I need $800 to improve it. And I also need 10 bads. And a kill rate or 10 kill rates? What? So you also have to use materials. You can choose what materials you want to use, but the materials can also just be used to upgrade your weapon. What? What does Enchanter do? Like, literally, what does Enchanter do? If I take that off for Enchanter, increase damage on allies. See, why is that not on the screen? Like, I have no idea what these things do. That is incredibly obtuse. Guide. any damage? Nope, that's special types of damage. Four v 4 matches. Yeah. Shoot at and roll spirit balls? Bullet augmenting device. Right. Oh god. So the guide has absolutely no indication of what things like counterattack tunnel mean, or drop down bomb heart. Exploration mission. Oh boy, this is pretty bad. Like, hopefully through the course of the level we'll work out what the hell counterattack tunnel level 12 means.
Okay, this area's new. Better check it out.
Gold enemies can only be killed by dashing into them and then doing a finishing move, which plays the same animation every single time for the character you're playing as. So as you can imagine, that's particularly good and fun, especially since it's then spawned a data thing up here, which I'm not going to be able to reach before it detonates because this finishing move... Sure, whatever. I don't even know what these data canisters I'm picking up do. I don't know if they're turning into credits or if they're turning into XP. I might hope the game would let you know which it was. And you would be silly to hope that. Cool, switching weapons caused me to take damage out because I didn't switch fast enough. I also like the way that it just spawns bad guys in next to you. Doesn't care about where you are, any sort of invincibility windows. It's like, yeah, you just have to learn there's going to be a bad guy there that's going to hurt you.
There's a spot you can climb. Watch your step.
The camera angles are really, really bad at showing you what's coming up. It feels weird having to just avoid enemies until you get the data canister, because it disappears so quickly that there's no time to actually try and murder anything in your way. I also like how all these skeletons are being incredibly polite and waiting for me to come up the ramp before they try and hurt me. This seems like a bad video game. Any health pickups? Nope. No health pickups. I have the second screen app on, so please let me know. Is this as boring to watch as it feels to play? Because this feels pretty bad to play. think she says something when you do the finishing move, but her voice audio is at maximum volume and is so quiet compared to everything else I can't hear it. Okay, so that's up on the ledge. See, the little indicator of off-screen is not particularly helpful at telling what height things are at. So the only way you can really get some of these is just by playing the level more than once until you memorise where all of the different canisters are, because a lot of them would not be catchable on your first go. Like, look at that camera angle there. That's terrible. At least you get a silhouette to see where you are, but it's still just bad.
Switching to shooting gallery mode. Okay, let's go. Your target's nearby. Be careful.
Oh, like how in offline play, pressing the options button to go into the options doesn't actually pause the game. That's good. That's good. Also, you can't change your control system in the game to be able to invert your aim properly. Because you can't change it in the game because changing it while the game is running would just be too difficult. I can't use my my pick up and throw ability while I'm carrying a special weapon. You know, in case I wanted to save some of these limited shots. Didn't waste them on a single skeleton. You know, that kind of thing. It doesn't let you. When you're carrying a special weapon, all you can use is that.
The enemy is armored up. Look for a weak point.
Good camera again here. Can't actually see the boss on the screen. That did virtually no damage to the boss, so that's nice. Yep, that animation is not getting old at all. You're gonna like explode, drop some stuff. Oh, you had to jet into the middle of the arena first. And still not drop any items. Did you drop some down here? You did, yes. Quite as an epic body part. I feel so lucky. Also, if I've completed the mission and all remains is to head to the exit, why does the mission timer keep going until you get to the gate? Like, technically, if you...
Call back for test twin.
Wally's twin. Yeah, Chewie. Like, look at that screen. What does that even mean? Hey, Luna. Right, Mr. Soupfog. Let's go on a little journey. Have a look at the terrible upgrade system for this game. So, there's a workshop for customizing your weapons. I've currently got 2,000 bucks, and as you can see, there's 4 more digits ahead of that, so you can imagine things get quite expensive. So if you go to customize the main weapon for this character, because every character has different weapons equipped, you can see a little blue star, which I'm guessing is the weapon's overall power level, and a whole bunch of cool things there about its base damage, cooldown, affinity damage, fire rate, heat up rate, useful things. Then these BADs are bullet augmentation devices, which work on lasers because, of course, they do. So if I select the weapon itself, I can see the weapons I have in my inventory, which is just the starting weapons that everyone has. See how these say like M battery M3, major decrease of heat up rate and cooldown rate to prevent overheat for main weapon only. The reason it says overheat is because I've been playing the game for a little while. And moderate increase of cooldown rate. So if you go into a blank space and you decide you want to equip some of these new parts you've got, like maybe I want to get M Sights Mark III. Well, it costs 18, so I can't equip it. Okay, that's fine. Let's take off, say, the M Plate 2 that costs 16. What does this do? What does M Sights Mark III do? Absolutely no idea. Because you have to press the touchpad, as I've just discovered, because change the display, to see a major increase of critical hit rate. Like, why is that not just on the same screen? There's a big, huge empty space in the bottom right-hand corner where you could just have major increase of critical hit rate and cost 18. Could all be displayed on that one screen.
Grinning face with big eyes.
Yeah, it's really, really bad. Like, it's not intuitive in the slightest. Then let's go into the upgrade section to have a quick look. So development is for developing and upgrades. So I can upgrade, I can get a core Rocket Punch C to get a better version of the Rocket Punch drill gun I've got. I don't know if that's what the guy who has it equipped already has. Then let's see, upgrades. So the one I'm currently using is the one on the lady character, because, sure, why would you not have 4 different versions of the same thing? So let's go into that. So to upgrade this, you'd have 800 credits. That's fine, got those. You also need some BADs and a cool rate. So you need to use cool rates, which of course, you have to then select things you've already got. That gives you 6 points. That gives you 4 points, I'm guessing due to the rarity of them. But that's fine, sure. And then we need some BADs generally. So let's use the Enchanter because it's something that boosts your damage when an ally is near, and we're playing single player because no one else in the world apparently owns this game. And let's use one of these batteries, I guess, because it's worth 2 points. And now, finally, we can upgrade our weapon. And it'll go from having a weapon D to a weapon D+. It'll have... let's see... so the little blue star is going from 11,484 to 11,550. And is it going to do more base damage? It's going to have a faster fire rate. You have to do execute first to see what the actual upgrades are. So it makes it have a longer recovery time, slower heat up rate, and 0.1 more damage. That cost me half of my earnings for the game so far, and I've played this game for an hour. I should probably stop. But yeah, these menus, man, I mean, these are just, they're terrible. And most of the things I've gotten so far for my character, the body parts, maybe I can use the touchpad to change those as well. Because I have no idea what any of them are doing. But maybe I can use touchpad to see them. Nope, touchpad brings me to an equipment list for that character. So yeah, stuff like, I've got eyes I can equip. So like, the eyes I currently have in are muscly eyes that give me counter attack, tunneler level 12, and throw attack plus 24%. At least the throw attack one makes sense because, you know, you can pick people up and throw them. But, like, overheated attack level 7, does that mean I do an extra attack when I overheat my main gun? Like, shield defense plus 10 is your HP. Counter-attack Hunter Missile, what's that? Just generic damage, minus 3%. So does that mean that I do less damage to things, or I take less damage? And what's generic damage compared to, say, like... do I have something else with these kind of R parts? Yeah, like, compared to Omeric damage and Pyro damage. I think that's electric and fire damage. So is generic damage just like bullet damage? You can't see me shrugging, because I'm shrugging here.
Very intuitive, not.
Yeah, it's not. Like, come on, look at this. Movement speed, plus 5 centimeters a second. Negation rate, 1.0%. What does that mean, buddy? What does any of this mean? Let's get these fancy lungs. And whenever you upgrade your character as well, you have to sit through this cutscene. Because this cutscene is, you know, it's really cool and good. So now I move 5 centimeters a second faster. I am legitimately not even sure. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Let's change the bear. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Yeah, it feels like the same movement speed. I don't know about you, but like I have difficulty in measuring my movement speed in centimeters per second. Oh, so I even get with this thing. I get like 8.9% more credits. I can also get an LED bread combo reduction delay plus 0.03 seconds. Mind mastery level plus 5. Rescuing shield heal. I assume rescuing might be something to do with healing people in co-op. Attack increase during combo level 3. So this one's rare. It has an empty slot. Does that mean I could put something into that slot? Because otherwise that seems less good than the uncommon one, because that's giving me attack increase during combo level 5 compared to level 3, none of which I don't have any idea what any of it means. That gives me 28 shields, so I guess I'll have shield defense? Is shield defense different from just having more shields? Does it mean I just take less damage to the shield? Who knows? And honestly, at this point, who cares? Reflect dodge VNM Hanabi level 17. Shield broken counterattack level 17. Alright, that's everything that you can do to upgrade your character as far as I can tell. Let's look for some public rooms. See, this is the other thing that's really dumb. If you want to try and play with someone else, right, and you don't have a friend who you've convinced to buy this terrible game, you can only search for public rooms by mission. So you might think this might bring up like a browser to let you see what rooms are currently available that you could join. But because you have to have completed the missions in a certain order, destroy all target objects, sure. Is anyone playing with this particular mission in the very first set of missions of the game? Time played, 10 seconds. Not even time searched. Like the translation is all over the place. Like it's real bad. Which probably doesn't help with the understanding things. Yeah, there's no one doing that. I can sort by players or network, that's great. But like, what use is that to try and find a game to join someone where you can only find a public room of someone doing a specific mission? And you can create and host a public room for other players to join that remains open in public for 2 minutes before it closes. Because if you create a public room and then you choose it, like no one can join you when you're in progress as far as I can tell. So I don't even know. I'm going to do one more mission. And then I think I'm going to stop. And then I think I'm going to uninstall it. And then I'll take it back.
We got enemies at the old army camp. Go check it out.
Like, I don't even know where half these pickups I'm picking up from bad guys are. Like, the hearts are health. That one's easy. But then sometimes they'll drop like green squares, and it's like, is that money? Is it XP? Is it weapon XP? It's not made clear at all.
You don't want to get crushed.
Thank goodness I have that 5 centimeter a second dash. Gotta say, I'm really feeling the upgrade I got, you know. That extra 0.1 damage a second means that sometimes it ticks up to 19 instead of 18. It's so useful. I think that might be with the counterattack tunneler. It fires a rocket when you take damage. But I didn't take damage, so I don't know why it fired a rocket. Oh good, more Crash Bandicoot sequences. Oh, I can't actually jump up there, that's nice. Why am I not running anymore? Like, why do those skeletons not take damage from the rockets hitting behind it? This has already gotten so old doing this fishing move thing. It wouldn't be so bad if it was like an optional thing you could do to get past those quicker, but it's required. Why is it just spawning more bad guys? That's...
Is this a new release?
It's new enough, I want to say. Like, it's something that got traded in secondhand. So I'm not entirely sure of the release date, but I want to say it came out in about October or so. Like, it's already been on sale multiple times on PSN. Oh, it looks pretty old, but like, it's this year for sure. Where am I meant to go now? Like I say, the camera kind of sucks. Having to jump to hit people who are above you kind of sucks. Hopefully if my video stops at least one person from buying this game, then this time I've spent suffering will have been worth it.
able to return a game at PSN?
Not normally, no. It's one of those things of like Sony will let you return something that's straight up faulty. Like back when Anthem had the bug where it was hard crashing to the point where it was just straight up killing PS4s. You could return that then because it was a literal faulty product. I think WWE 2K20 was available for return for like people who got it at launch as well for a little bit because it was again straight up non-functional. It's not a particularly common thing. You can request that Sony refund something if you get in contact with a customer service person and make your case that hey, this game is kind of broken. But generally speaking, they'll let you do that once on an account, and they'll put a little note on it saying you've done it. So then you won't get any more of them. After that, then they just tell you no. Thankfully, this was a game that came in physically, so at least I can return it to work and not have to worry about being lumbered with this. Crush gun. That whole thing where some of the bad guys get smacked into the window as well is something I really wish I could turn off. Because when it happens, you can't see. So I've just tried another 10 of those spawn things and I haven't even found another one yet. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them down here, that's fine. Also, if you're hoping you're going to get to see another one of those gold enemies get killed with the same animation that every single one of them has, you're in luck.
Change if a 24 hours return.
Ah, you wouldn't be able to do a 24-hour return. Like, there'd be a... Why is this guy not getting stunned? Like, I'm dashing into him. There we go. There's a lot of games I've played this year that you could finish in 24 hours. Not even a case of, like, games that, you'd have to actually stay up and play for an entire day. Just games like Sayonara Wild Hearts, where you can just beat it in maybe a couple hours. Like, Sayonara Wild Hearts is a good game, even though it's only an hour long. Ah, I can't go around that way, so of course I have to walk all the way around, because I chose the wrong direction at the start. It's not a bad idea though, like having the idea of just having returns for digital games. Like, what I think might work better would be if you had a more lenient thing, where you got maybe like 2 a year kind of thing. So you could just be like, hey, I done screwed up, I got something I thought I was going to like and I didn't, can I just have the PSN credit back? And if you could do it twice a year, it would give you enough leeway that, you're not going to get screwed over badly, without necessarily being open to abuse. And of course, since I opened that gate, I have to go all the way back around again. It's a good thing a mission's not timed or anything, and possibly results in me just failing if I don't manage to pass the next 8 minutes. Also, it might just be me, but I'm going to open. You can let me know it's not. Is the music incredibly generic? Because it sounds incredibly generic. Like, it just doesn't sound interesting. And the fact I keep stopping whenever I do stuff like use a bomb as well is very silly. Hypest gameplay. Well, Soupfog, thanks for hanging for a while I played a terrible game. Please don't buy this game. Do not waste your money on this game. It's pretty bad. Like, I'm not the biggest Contra fan to begin with, but like, you know, the one in the SNES was alright. This just isn't. Like, there's no storyline going along so far. It's just you keep going out and doing these random crappy missions. You could tell me this was procedurally generated and I'd go, yeah, sure. Like, look at the mission descriptions. Hunt and destroy the fiends, hunt and destroy the fiends, exterminate the fiends,
Nice
neutralize the threat.
dense grinning face with big eyes.
Yeah, anytime, bud. I'm going to call the stream here, and I'm going to do an actual review video, because people are more likely to watch that than the checking out one, because it tends to be pretty long. People will generally watch the short little couple-minute video reviews. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to call it a night, and then tomorrow I'm going to try Frostpunk. So, thanks for watching, bud.